back to It Ain't Rocket Science. I'm Adam Balkin. Now, imagine getting tips from some of your favorite MVPs to help your game. Sure, you're probably thinking basketball or baseball, but we're talking math. Anthony Pascal tells us how a number of all-stars are doing their part to help the younger generation score big in school.
They may not be what you'd expect an MVP to look like, but these math whizzes are at the top of their game. Number gurus who work in the finance sector come here to the Jewish Child Care Association headquarters once a week to help local high school students with their math skills as part of the Two Together program.
Working in an investment bank on Wall Street, you do a lot of math. It's very pivotal in your role, and so working with Kareem, we've talked about different jobs that involve math.
I'm a firm believer of the fact that math is a great skill to learn regardless of how you apply it, just because it teaches you new, interesting ways to sort of approach problems regardless of the field that it might be in.
Two Together is a mentor program that provides free one-on-one tutoring to about 100 New York City school children each year. The tutoring sessions run the gamut on subjects, but this one's focused solely on math.
I really love this program, from all the trips they take us on to all the resources they provide me with. They give me tips on how to be better at taking tests.
But these mentors do more than just mathematics.
We try to help our students who are struggling. These are the most at-risk children in New York City. We try to help them to gain confidence, to gain self-esteem, and that's what their tutors do for them. Besides helping them to improve their grades, they help them learn other skills that make them successful not only in school but in life.
And the relationship works both ways.
Really working with Stephanie's been a huge pleasure for me, just seeing how excited she gets about, when she's stuck on a hard problem and then all of a sudden that light bulb clicks on for her and she's able to solve the problem and then go on and apply that to other problems.
I really appreciate coming here and getting more time to study my topics and become better at solving calculus problems, and hopefully I'll become an engineer in college and this will come helpful.
Math coming in handy? When was the last time you heard a teen say that? For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Anthony Pascal.
A group of students in North Carolina is finding math and science in an unexpected place. The kitchen? Yeah, Meg Smith visits Guilford Technical Community College to check it out.
Through 5 a Day, the colorway, students are learning the science behind fruits and veggies.
We tried new foods, and we had one from the red colored group of fruits and vegetables and one from the white fruits and vegetables.
Many of them are excited about the idea of cooking, and if you can start out with, hey, do you like to cook? Do you want to learn more about cooking? Do you want to be a chef? And then you say, well, are you good at math and science? And that is an opportunity to tell them how important those subjects are.
They also learn that there's science behind the way your body reacts to eating well.
If you do eat bad foods, you won't have as much energy. But if you eat healthy food, you'll have the right amount.
Last year, Chef Keith Gardner and his team won a $20,000 grant to promote the program in schools across the state.
Science, you need to know how foods are going to react to heat and cook and things like that, and different chemicals are going to react to the food. And the math, if you can't do math, you can't quantify a recipe.
Gardner encourages parents to take their kids to the local farmers market so they can explore and learn where food comes from.
I think the younger you start the children and introduce them to new foods and true non-processed foods and where their food comes from, so many children think it comes from the grocery store shelves.
Giving students a whole new perspective on eating right while teaching them science and math skills as well.
I think fruits and vegetables a lot differently now.
For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Meg Smith.
Now, mentorship is important in helping young people establish relationships with professionals already in the field, and it's exactly what world-renowned primatologist Dr. Jane Goodall aims for with her youth program, Roots and Shoots. We got the chance to chat with her about her ongoing efforts to get the next generation of scientists ready for the challenges of tomorrow.
To understand nature, you need to be out in it. You need to touch and feel and smell. And if you don't learn to understand in that way, then you don't really care.
Jane Goodall certainly knows a thing or two about being in nature. She spent 45 years studying chimpanzees in the Gombe jungle. After making groundbreaking discoveries in the world of primates, she's now an influential advocate for nature preservation and the education of tomorrow's scientists. It's a key part of her Roots and Shoots program, a global effort to help not just students, but the planet as well.
So we start with little tiny ones and go through university. And as they get involved, they are empowered and they change. And even after they've left university, we find people who've been through the program share a certain philosophy, which is concern for life on Earth.
At 80 years old, she continues to share her knowledge and expertise with the world and spend time in the field. She recently worked on the Disney nature film, Bears.
We were just really lucky. I met the star, Sky, the mother, and her cubs. I was as close, I won't say as close as to you, but I was pretty close to the bears. I mean, you know, the length of a room, big male lumbering past, the female with her cubs.
She says it's up to today's young people to protect what's left of the Earth's natural spaces.
If our young people don't become better stewards than we've been, all my efforts will have been wasted.
Globetrotter Goodall continues to share her message of education and conservation to preserve nature for future generations. We do have to stop here for one more quick break, then coming up, we check out these crazy creations designed to battle it out at the first Robotics World Championships, and we look at one place where you go to play where you might not think STEM is in play. To find more hands-on science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities in your community, visit the Connectory at connectamillionminds.com during the break.